Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am joined by Daniel and Beard for a historic moment here. It's historic because all three of us are in a video together. That's the real historic thing. And also, by chance, they happen to do a new core set. That's it, right? Just a new core set. Nothing too crazy. But no, they've announced that there's going to be now a Chapter 2 for Arkham Horror, the card game. Chapter 2 is basically just a name only. I think the biggest, there's the difference between, the advertising name and then, the reality name. This is basically just new core set. Core set 2026. This is going to be the new core set going forward for the game. And the old core set, or the revised core set, is going to start going out of print. They have said that they are going to be finding ways to bring those encounter cards back in, but Roland Banks, taken out back, shot in the head. Daisy Walker, crushed by a bus. It's unfortunate. Skids O'Toole, honestly, we haven't been seeing him in a few years, so no one really misses him anyway. But
he's back in prison.
Yeah. All of these things are the start to build a new core set that gives current a better foundation for the classes, while also taking some changes to the game and allow formatting. For example, new tokens. There's the boxes now come with location connector tokens. That's all. Just have the thing here. But what we're going to do is I'm going to read the article, and then we can all react together as it goes and talk about this whole thing. Before we get in, we watched the announcement video together. What do you think of this just idea of a new core set?
I think it's cool. I think I have made the comment for a long time that the revised core set was just a stapled together product. That was the old core set into two, and getting two copies into one product, and then a bunch of random stuff that was added, and no real, here's how we actually think about the game now. It was just very strange to me. But it gave us a chaos bag. I guess that's neat. So I'm glad that they have something that shows their coherent vision for the game going forward. Whether or not it does all the things that I wish that it did is another story. We'll find out. But I think the idea of wiping the slate clean is good.
Yeah. What about you, Beard?
I think it's a good move for a number of reasons. One, it kind of sets a new precedent for the game, and also grabs people by lapels and shouts in their faces, "We are not killing the game, it's here."
Yeah.
We are not making a new core set for one more expansion. We are going to have 3, 4, 5, however many people will keep invested in. That's how many we're going to do.
Yep.
Because, I think people were just so used to the old style of card games that they're like, after a certain point, it has to die.
Right.
If people are still interested in still playing, does it have to die?
Yeah, it's even also one of those things that for myself, it was hard to engage in what the concept of current would be with a lot of people in the community, because they were always like, we're going to see one investigator set and one campaign set. But I think that they were signposting all the way back in February that this is new ground, and I think this is an example of this new ground that the game is going to explore, which I think is very, very cool.
I'll also say it's a little bit stinky for the whole you need to buy into the new core set going forward, just because people who already have a lot of stuff might say, hey, I don't want to buy new components for the game. I already have components that work well. We're getting some reprints, obviously some investigators we've seen before. So it's hard to please everyone. I don't bemoan the fact that we have to buy a new, core set personally, even though I know there's going to be some overlap in some things. But I think this is just going to be a new chapter, as they said, for the game in that respect too. So yeah, we have to buy something that might not feel like a completely new product, but maybe we'll be surprised and see that there's actually a lot more to it, especially the campaign itself that's in here.
Yeah.
And it's especially encouraging for people who want to get into Arkham at this point, because for the longest time, even including the new revised core set, for anyone who wanted to get buy the game and get into it, I'm like, well, you're going to have to put down $200 before you get any satisfaction out of the game. Hopefully, a new core set is a full playable experience right there, rather than Well, yes, but then you also need the next expansion, and then this, and then this, that kind of thing.
Because the price is higher for this one, so I think there's going to be more. It's going to be like a bigger foundation to get here. So it's like 74 US dollars. So up here in Canada, that's probably going to be like 85.90 for like Canadians. So it's a big purchase. They're basically saying, hey, you're going to have to put a lot down, but I mean, also this might be it might not be as high in Canada because I think FFG said the tariff prices are going to be starting to bake into prices for this. So it might actually let me see if it's up on 401 Games yet. Get some stuff for Canadians.
I do wonder if there's more cards in this box than in their original revised core. At least as far as the encounter cards go, there might be more there too.
Yep.
I have no idea. And it would be nice if it's a higher price point. You know, inflation, everything else has happened. But if it's a higher price point, I hope there's more stuff. But I'm expecting that it won't be just because of card budget and whatnot.
Yeah, I can actually even pull up. I'll have the store page open. Maybe it'll say on the back because they usually do on that one. Mm-hmm. All right. Should I dive in and start reading and we can pause to talk about stuff as we go?
Sure.
Onward.
All right. It's been months since the calamity. The people of Arkham slowly work to put their lives back together in the aftermath of Cthulhu's rampage. Rivertown is still underwater. Once prominent leaders have fallen from grace, and much of the city remains in a state of ruin. Despite the upheaval, life goes on, and when a new wave of disappearances casts its shadow over this broken town, it's up to a handful of determined investigators to solve the mystery before it's too late. The world has changed, the page has turned, and now a new chapter awaits. Fantasy Flight Games is thrilled to announce a new core set for Arkham Horror the card game. Serving simultaneously as both a continuation and a fresh starting point, this new core set heralds the beginning of what we're calling Chapter 2 for the game. Taking place several months after where the Drowned City left off, this box provides a new introductory campaign, 5 mechanically new investigators, and a fresh card pool to expand your collection or start a new one.
One of them is definitely a mechanic, right?
Which one?
One of them's definitely a mechanic, Daniela.
Yeah,
right?
Daniela's on the box.
Yeah. But it is true. That's all right. Is that brand in my ears? All right. So I'm just gonna look at the cards here. So just the names. Magnifying glass is still here, but everything else is new.
Do you want to talk about the frame of the card being the assets being super different looking?
It is. I think. Oh, the big thing is they dropped the big ass thing here at the bottom down, which is something that I know Beard has heard me complain about many times while we've been working on cards together.
I feel like the center part is bigger too. The art seems to be slightly bigger in the middle. Maybe I'm wrong.
It could be.
It's at least the bottom one because you can see with like the damage and horror coming over the top of it.
It looks a lot nicer that way, I think. It just feels cleaner. Mm-hmm. So I think that what they're also trying to do with this is to show you that there's going to be reprints, but like, look how many more there are of not reprints for that.
Yeah.
All right.
And that collector one has an encounter set icon, so I wonder if this is one of the new reward cards.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would say
so. Yeah. All right. No, this article is primarily geared towards existing fans of Arkham Horror the card game. If you're a newcomer who's looking to learn more about the game itself, we'll provide that alongside any of the preview of the new core set at a later date, so stay tuned. Okay, first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. Is this a new edition? No, it's not, everybody. Don't get it twisted. This is the same Arkham Horror the card game you know and love. If you're a longtime fan of the game, you could almost think of this as a new core set as simply another expansion to add to your collection. You can mix and match the player cards from this box with everything that came before it and everything that will come after it. It's fully compatible because it's all the same game. I think that this is such a weird thing about how brain dynamics work, where because it's called a core set, people think they're buying something they already have. But like when you reframe it as this is like just a new expansion, right? If instead there was just they called it, this is the Brethren of Ash cycle, but this is now going to be the new cycle we use for encounter cards going forward, everyone would be like, great, let's go, you know? But just those tricks that can happen there.
Yeah, like an old Arkham 2e language. It's like buying a new board for the game rather than a game.
Yeah. As Dice God says, it's new core for newbies, it's expansion for grognards like me. Hell yeah. That said, if you or your friends are completely new to the game, then this new core set serves as the perfect starting point for launching your Arkham Horror adventure. This core set will replace the revised core set from 2021 and become the new evergreen core experience going forward. This does mean the scenario content released after this core will draw from the new core's encounter sets, rather those in the old core sets. So that'll be something to keep in mind if you're on the fence about taking the plunge. So what's new about this core set? In short, a lot. The text is smaller on Bodyguard. Even if you already own everything for the game, you still want to pick up this new core set since its contents are fairly different from the cores that came before. While there's a handful of familiar cards from the old core sets under previous expansions, the vast majority of player cards in here are completely new. Let's take a quick peek at some of them. I'd love to. For starters, let's look at Bodyguard. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bodyguard may be assigned... So 3-cost Guardian asset soaks for 2 and 1 takes up the ally slot. Bodyguard may be assigned damage dealt to other investigators at your location. When Bodyguard is defeated, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location.
Okay, so it's kind of like Guard Dog plus Brother Xavier.
Yeah, I mean, 1 damage isn't a whole lot, but I mean, it's a 3-cost ally. It seems fine.
Yeah,
it's shared soak still.
And but I think what's also is the showcase here is again that this is they took Tetsuo and Bodyguard and Guard Dog, put them together, and this is what like the Guardian class is like representing on the ally slot. I hate how GPT enhanced this prose is. Azur, honestly, go fucking outside and touch some grass. I know the guy who writes the articles. I'm pretty sure he's still just doing it with his own like hand, you know.
So one thing I got from the AMA was that they wanted a clear direction for each of the classes going forward. Like, this is what they think of the classes. This is what should or shouldn't be in the classes. And yeah, I mean, this is what Guardian should be. I feel like talking about power level of these cards is also kind of strange at this point too, because in some respect, we have to wipe the slate clean with what was the power of the particular cards we had before, and just sort of start anew. Even though this is an expansion, it's also a time for them to redo what they think the classes should be like. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So this sturdy Guardian ally can help protect more than just your own investigator and is able to take a pot shot on his way out of play. Player him with resilience, and you're able to keep your investigator in the fight for a long time.
Oh.
Very basic.
Yeah. There's nothing on it except for flavor text.
Yeah. Just a 2/2 soak.
Also, just briefly, I'm interested that Bodyguard has no other talent or no other trait other than ally.
Interesting, yeah. I wonder if maybe they have like a trait, like more specific trait thing now for it as well.
Yeah, and same with local map. It's just an item. I wonder if they're simplifying things a lot.
On the seeker side of things, we have the local map, a handy investigation tool that can also move you around quickly. All right. 3-cost hand uses 4 secrets. As an action, spend 1 secret to investigate with your book. They now have new formatting for this, which is incredible. Investigator reveal a connected location. You get +1 book for this investigation. If you succeed, you may exhaust local map to move to that location.
Sick.
Good. And the flavor text is oddly off to the left there, but okay.
Because of the slot, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it pushes over because of the slot.
I think this is pretty simple, right? I'm also curious for the core set with the complexity of the cards, and it does what it says. Like, I don't see any questions one could have.
Yeah, because also that's the thing. Like, we look at like the original core set, and those cards were powerful, but they were glue, right? And I think that's like the same thing here. They're not going to be like fancy over the top. They're just going to be like efficient, powerful glue, but they're not going to be like, you know. I mean, we have some exceptions in Seeker, but already this is like. It's just like, it's like, okay, this is more in line with what you kind of expect. I mean, I'm personally glad Magnifying Glass is still here because I think if they make a good choice, this is what Travis said. I can share some Travis thing. He's like, I'm happy if Magnifying Glass is still in the new core set if the investigator doesn't have 5 book, right? And like that's like the foundation that you have for it.
Do you think with local map that this is kind of a shortcut replacement too, like the thematic
I
element.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it gives you the free move, but it's also you're doing it while investigating. You can't just throw shortcut to anyone, right?
Yep. All right, I have pair that with sharp rhetoric and the classic magnifying glass, and your investigator will be able to gather clues like never before. Sharp rhetoric. 2-cost asset, lightning bolt, spend 1 resource. You get +1 book for the skill test, +2 if it's a parlay, +1. Oh, it's just the hyper awareness plus.
Yeah.
Investigation or parlay. Wow. Okay, this is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's a way better hyper awareness. Okay.
Well, hyper awareness was also book or foot, so.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess higher education is the better thing. But this actually, like, those things you actually, like, kind of have a reason to want to put down. Because, like, 1 resource for +2 book is much better than what you got from the hyper awareness in the core set, which is what I'm going to compare it to, because it's like, this is what it's kind of replacing.
Yeah. And it's fine because nobody really uses those old spend assets.
Yeah, but I think these actually would find a use for it, which is kind of sick.
So it's a little like higher ed, but not permanent. So that's good. I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Now this feels like what hyper awareness and higher education should have been.
Yeah, meet in the middle.
Yes.
Let's go. There it is.
All right, it stayed the same. Yep, still a tool. All right.
No art for that one.
As for our dashing rogues, the M1903 Hammerless is opponent little pistol lets you fight with your agility instead of your combat skill. All right, right off the ground. Let's go. And it just says it. So 3 cost, uses 4 ammo, 1 hand slot. Spend 1 ammo, fight with your foot. If the target enemy is exhausted, this attack deals +1 damage. So this is like 25, but mixed with the British Bulldog. I dig it
on this one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you always need the flavor text either, right? But it's a good card.
It just looks so empty there.
It does look empty, but that's okay. That's okay.
That's fine. Yep.
Love this.
Ironically, because of the lower bottom frame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also because we're not used to it, but in like 4 years, we'll look at the other frame and be like, what the hell? It's so big.
I know, especially if we mix and match any cards. But you know what? Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I'm honestly like so hyped for this. This is everything. Like, this is like Christmas.
Yeah.
Even just as a player, like, and as like the formatting is so much nicer. Right, like we don't have to ever read. You may use your willpower instead of your brain, instead of your fist for this this fight action.
Although I wonder if they are going to do like foot slash,
Yes, I think they will. Yeah, I think they will.
Because they have done similar things on cards before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
This naturally combos with the agility boosting Oliver Bishop, who can save you in action when you want to move to a connecting location. 4 cost. He's a howdy art collector. 2/1. You get +1 foot as a lightning bolt during your turn. Exhaust him. Move to a connecting location.
Catbug got a glow up.
Wow.
That's powerful.
And
That's
level 0 foot rogue ally. It happened at last.
That's a strong ass card.
I mean, it's Pathfinder, right?
It's Dr. Milan. This is this is Dr. Milan for rogues. Like, this is a crazy card.
Olivier Bishop, no relation to the Dunwich Bishops.
Yeah.
Well, this is what's her name from Drowned City, right? Ruby?
Yeah, it's Ruby.
Like,
crazy card.
It's exactly the same, yeah.
And I think that this is obviously the intention was to make rogues have an identity that the original core set was lacking, right?
Yep.
Great card.
Yeah, Skids sadly limped into the game.
Mystics, meanwhile, gain access to the Cloak of Resonance, which can not only offset the horror you take from your spells, such as the classic Ward of Protection, but also lets you deal a bit of damage on the side. So Ward of Protection's still in here, which I think is good. Ward of Protection is what I would call to be considered like a staple card that should transcend stuff.
Ooh, look where the Mystic symbol is.
What the fuck? You're not supposed to be up there. It'd be funny if it was only on this card.
Yeah.
It is interesting, though. It reminds me of 2nd edition Arkham Horror, where most spells had a horror cost to them.
Yeah. I mean, I know Travis is a big fan of that, so I think it's nice. All right, let's see this Cloak of Resonance. 3-cost asset, takes up the body slot, soaks for 3 horror. Item clothing alchemy. As a reaction, when horror is placed on Cloak of Resonance, exhaust it, deal 1 damage to an enemy or location. Agnes Baker, what happened to you?
She turned into a cloak.
You know, I really hope that they really go all in on alchemy being a major trait, so they don't have the spell trait being like 75% of Mystic cards.
Yep, I think that'd be nice.
That seems pretty sick for level 0.
Yeah, I think it's a great, also just a good card. Like, this is, it's something that I'm going to want to put in level 0 Mystic decks in current for a long time.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
With Cosmic Flame, is this the one we saw? Yeah, this is one they had in the article. So I actually want to read this one now. So 3 cost, 3 charges, arcane slot, fight with your brain. If you succeed, you may spend 1 charge, deal +1 They also did the thing where you can attack with it as just like to kill a rats without spending a charge, but it has a nice downside. So if you reveal a skull token during this test, remove 1 charge from Cosmic Flame. If you cannot, take 1 damage and discard this card.
So you can still use it if it's got empty charges.
You just risk it popping. Yeah, that's very, very nice.
It's very clean.
Yeah,
and
I think that's a great card.
You're not losing any charges, unlike Shriveling. But there's only 3 charges, right? So potentially it's only 6 damage instead of... Well, I mean, you still can fight without the charges, but it's got the Brain of Cthulhu thing where you don't have that risk of losing your charges.
Yeah.
You two know especially the risks of having a Mystic-only fighting.
Yes, yeah. If you run out of your spells, it can... Like, I think just having like the poke damage is very nice. Because...
Yeah, like, you could throw this in Dexter and he can just chip away enemies. Like, even like a 3 health enemy, you can do 2 fight actions with this and still only need to spend 1 charge.
Yeah, I think that like especially as the Dozens of Donuts is saying that like the Breath of the Dreamer or the Breath of the Sleeper, they're also showing that you can just use like poke damage, which is definitely what Mystics have been like. I'm glad that this seems to just be like the Mystic way. You can now poke with stuff, which I think is very important.
It's adding to their reliability, but yeah.
Yeah, I wonder just about the charge economy now. Like, we had some hints before under the old game, let's just say, with Enrapture 2, that they really want a lot of charges to be used or refill things. I don't know if they're going forward with that or they're just resetting things at this point. I have no idea.
Yep. All right, now let's talk about Survivor cards, my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Finally, the Survivors welcome the addition of Alexei Saburov to the roster of allies. With the ability to heal himself over time, Alexei's a solid friend who can help your Survivor, well, survive. He's always on the mend. He soaks for 2 and 2, 3 costs. When your turn begins, heal 1 damage or horror from him. Peter Sylvester, Jessica Hyde, is that you?
But no stat boost, so I do like that balancing factor.
Yep.
Also, again, an ally with no other traits.
Yep.
He's just a guy.
I wonder if that'll be just like a thing going forward, because, I don't know, Olivia Bishop was criminal socialite.
Yeah, I think maybe they're trying to use it for, like, I don't know, maybe if they want to paint a picture. It's very interesting. That's something, if they ever do another AMA, it could be a good thing to ask about.
Yeah,
there's very few current... I think Lonnie's just an ally. I don't think she's anything else.
Yeah, just her, because they didn't really make a trait for
Taylor.
Technically minded characters.
Yeah. But I think that this is, again, it's nice to... Now we're like, there's these cards that have kind of just been staples of these classes for a long time, right? Like, Survivors have always used Peter and Jessica, and now they're saying, like, hey, you can still have that effect. It's less good than it was in the past, but, like, it's where we're aiming for it to be in the new current format. So I think that's a nice place for this to be. Add in some Hunter's Instinct to help you retrieve a handy level 0 event from your discard pile, such as the classic Emergency Cache, and you should be fit to weather the horrifying storms on the horizon. Hunter's Instinct. Hey, it's a scarecrow.
Yeah, we predicted this.
Okay. 2-cost asset. It's a talent. Limit 1 per investigator. Uses 3 supplies. If there are no supplies on Hunter's Instinct, discard it. As a reaction, if you engage an enemy, spend 1 supply and exhaust Hunter's Instinct. Add a level 0 event in your discard pile to your hand. That's a good card.
Neat.
Yep.
And it's good, like cementing the survivor recursion without making it like the resourceful grab any card you want.
Yeah, having it be very specific. Yeah. And then we got eCash.
The old standard.
All right.
Think we're gonna get a level 2 eCash, Justin?
I freaking hope so. As we alluded to before, a new core set also means a new introductory campaign, Brethren of Ash. A string of disappearances has cast a shadow over Arkham, lighting a fire under you and your fellow investigators as you work to get to the bottom of the mystery. Consisting of 3 scenarios, this mini-campaign serves as a great way to bring new players into the game, while also serving as a compelling, bite-sized tale for veterans. What new horrors will discover within, and what rewards will reap you reap for solving this case. And speaking of rewards, one new feature for the game that you see a lot in Chapter 2 is the introduction of reward cards. These are special player cards, as their name implies, earned as rewards for winning a campaign, finishing a specific scenario, or fulfilling some other special condition. You can't include a reward card in any of your decks until you've officially unlocked it in-game, which means these rewards serve as a form of permanent progression as well as proof of your investigating chops. Interesting. So, okay. The new core set introduces the first of these reward cards, which you can earn by completing the Brethren of Ash introductory campaign. In exchange for increasing your deck size, this special neutral card asset lets you include a relic or charm from any class in your deck, opening up all sorts of new deck building opportunities. Anyone who wants to build a specific relic or charm will find this to be a potent reward indeed.
I like that gold in the asset area, cost area.
So permanent reward, level 1 per deck plus 5. It's a level 0 to 3, so it's like the versatile.
Versatile, yeah.
Okay.
But it has this element of you get to like open up a sealed pack kind of thing, like in Slay the Spire, where it's like now you get to add these things to your collection, your whole card pool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that like realistically, I already see someone talking about this. Realistically, I don't think there's actually anything stopping you from just including these in your thing, because these seem to be things that unlock into your collection once you've hit the thing. It's kind of like a legacy format, right? But I think what they're trying to do with the reward is to give you reasons, if you want to unlock them, to earn them, right? Like that's kind of like the thing. So you can just put them in and just play with them. Go for it. No one's going to stop you. But I think the intention is to give you something to strive for as you play with them.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I don't think it'll be like this, but I would love for it to be in some sealed little package where you don't know what you're getting until you finish the campaign, you know?
Yeah. It'd be also cool to see them do stuff where it's like related to achievements as well. I think could be kind of fun for people who want to try to do that. All right, who are the investigators? As mentioned earlier, time has passed within the narrative of Arkham Horror. Because of this Chapter 2's expansions, we'll see a mixture of new faces and returning favorites joining the game's playable roster of investigators. That said, even though some characters are returning, you'll find them sporting new stat lines, abilities, and/or deck-building restrictions, making them almost entirely new characters. After all, people grow and change over time. We'll provide more depth and details about the investigators and the new core set at a later date, but for now, here's a sneak peek at 2 of the playable characters that will kick off Chapter 2. Joe Diamond. Joe Diamond is more experienced with supernatural nonsense than most. He has developed a keen intuition and a knack for getting to the bottom of even the most uncanny occurrences, helped in no small part by his willingness to get his hands dirty. But in recent weeks, even Joe has been hard-pressed to stay on top of his work. His desk is flooded with photos of grisly murders and reports of disappearances, people from all walks of life vanishing without a trace. Joe's unsure how each of these events is connected, but he's not about to let the case go cold. Joe Diamond returns to the scene as a secret investigator who can hold his own in a fight. While his class remains the same, his abilities are very different. Gone is the hunch deck in favor of new emphasis on straightforward investigation. What does this mean for Joe's playstyle? You'll have to stay tuned to find out.
It's very interesting that the new core seeker isn't like a traditional academic type.
Yeah. That's very neat.
That map asset that we saw before, I forget the name now, kind of makes sense for the whole investigating around town.
Yeah.
So what are your predictions in terms of what this is going to be like? Is this a totally new stat line, a totally new ability, deck building?
I think he'll have 3 book to justify all the book boosts that they included in the set.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder if they're going to focus on rolling banks in it, where like the numbers are a bit more like old Arkham, right? Like what we had in the core set, where I mean, I guess Daisy was in the core set, but like everyone else around Daisy had to work a little bit harder, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I wish we could see him.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's going to have the same stat line.
I think that could be reasonable as well.
Yeah, I guess the new stat line mentioned could be more about Daniela than him.
Ezekiel's calling 3342. I could see that as well.
Danielle is an interesting ad here because, like, we know it can't be the same deck building because that's a terrible core set deck building, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think their deck buildings are all going to be very simple. It's going to be reminiscent of the first one.
They might just go back to 0502s.
Yep.
Right, but I wonder if that's not a good idea. Like, so what's the relationship between these and parallels? In the video, they weren't super clear about that, right?
Yep.
They didn't say that these are parallels, but they also didn't say that. Well, you're not going to call them parallels in a new core set, but I wonder if in the rule set they're going to say something about like, oh, can you use the other half of them? Can you use the front and back side?
I don't think. I think parallels. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think parallels are going to become much rarer now.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even be surprised if parallels were dead. They die with Lola. They were great, and I think there could still be more, but
yeah.
I think that, I mean, I'm gonna say it. I think that mixing and matching with parallels has always been a bad choice for a rule. I think that this is going to be one Joe Diamond, one Joe Diamond. You can never put them together, I think. Like, you can never mix and match.
This is his old version, right? Like, he's gotten older and he's changed his abilities.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that. Back, the old Joe was Seeker 05, Guardian 02. I doubt they'd retread the same thing again here.
Yeah. I could see him being like, because I guess the question is like, I mean, we're just kind of hypothesizing on what they had in the original cores, but like, the original core was all about like, the core should be about simplicity, right? As we saw where there's a card in Guardian that just soaks for 2 and 2 and has no other text, right? So I can't imagine they're going to try anything crazy for the deck building. And I would say the easiest deck building we know is either Dunwich or 0502. So it's got to be something along those lines. It might not be exactly 0502, but I imagine it's going to be on this easier side to like comprehend. It
could just be level 0, the other class, period. Not limited to 5 cards. Just a Guardian level 0. Yep,
I think so. That could be a good way of going about it.
It could be like what we're doing with our sets, Justin. Pick one of 2 off classes level 0.
Yeah.
That makes sense why they would show off exclusively level 0 cards for their debut here.
Yep. Also, we got a confirmation from Nick that his stat line is going to be 0660, so we can get ready for that for Joe.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's going to be really good at 2 things and really bad at everything else.
It's a new frontier. He will discover clues, kill all the enemies that ever were, and then die in the second Mythos phase.
Yeah, die in 3 or 4 turns. I obviously wish we were able to see one of these guys, but I think that not showing them is the better choice because we're going to get a lot to talk about in the coming weeks while we wait for more information to come out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Isabella Barnes. Izzy, we found her. Izzy has been on the run for as long as she can remember. She finally escaped from the Olmsteads, a family cult who thought of her as the final piece for some dark and twisted ritual. She doesn't know what made her so special to the cult, but now thanks to her sister Jenny, Isabella is finally free. But freedom comes at a cost. His sister gave everything to get Isabella back, and for that, Isabella intends to make the Olmsteads and all those who prey on the weak and innocent pay in blood. Armed with her lost sister's twin 45s, Isabella can finally turn to face her pursuers head on. So now Jenny is the one who is missing. How the turntables.
Is it? Making it sound like she's dead.
It makes it sound, it definitely makes it sound like she's dead, for sure.
Yeah.
But it would be funny if just searching for Jenny is her weakness.
Yeah.
So you can't probably play her and Jenny in the same campaign.
Yeah. I mean, you might, Introducing Isabel Barnes, sister to the dilettante Jenny Barnes. Where Jenny was a rogue, Isabella joins the roster as a survivor. And she certainly means business. Izzy throws herself down the path of vengeance with everything she has, even willing to use her own sanity as a resource to achieve her goals. Interesting. Looking forward to finding out more about Isabella Barnes in her dedicated preview article at a later date.
Path of Vengeance means she's definitely dead. She wouldn't be vengeful just looking for her.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. Honestly, good riddance. Am I right, everybody? Am I right, Jenny haters?
Rough. Now, it is very interesting that we have Joe and Isabel as the first two ones they're showing off, whereas the book just came out was Jenny and Joe.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a direct continuation of that story.
It's got to be. It's got to be. Bringing Jenny to the next game day now. How dare? No, sorry, she's dead. In my headcanon, she's gone. So Jenny is banned at these tables going forward. Well, new parallel Jenny, but it's a ghost versions of investigators.
And somebody posted in your server, Justin, a comment from Reddit. What do you mean there's 20 knives in the revised set?
What comes next? Everything we shared today is just a taste of what's to come. We meant it when we said this new core set is the beginning of the next chapter for the game, and there's a lot to look forward to starting next year. If you're hungry for more about the new core set, Chapter 2, or Arkham Horror in general, then be sure to tune into the In-Flight Report on November 22nd during PAX Unplugged. A big thing also that I want to say before we go to our final thoughts, they did say that in the stream where they revealed this, that 4 releases is now like the norm going forward. They're going to have 4 Arkham releases, whether it be campaign, scenario, player cards, something that we don't even know of, and there might be more, but 4 is the number that we should be expecting going forward, which is super exciting. And all of this is just, I'm hyped as hell. I'm really looking forward to all this. So I don't really have any other final thoughts other than I like what I see, and I see what I like, so I'm pretty happy. What about you guys?
When's this going live, Justin?
Sunday.
Okay, great. Then I can say this. Yes, we will be getting a lot more information, I think, on these sets and on the cards in them. I am going to be spoiling 2 cards next Thursday, and I believe Dare BK is going to be doing so on Tuesday, I think. And I think it's be like one every single day until another article drops in the end of a few weeks. So there's more to come, like, real soon.
And it would not surprise me if, Justin, you also have a card or 2 up your sleeve.
I actually can confirm I do not.
Oh, really?
Not for this one, but there might be some more in the future, is what it all comes down to.
Yeah, there's going to be several, like, mini spoiler seasons, so of, like, maybe 2 weeks or so going forward. So I will say that the next 2 weeks will have a theme to it. What that theme is, I probably can't say, but maybe they'll tell us later. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I will say that one of my cards is a reprint. The other one is brand new. The reprint is a card that has never shown up in any core set before, so it is from somewhere else.
Nice.
And the other one is just new. But I have the same feeling that we got from looking at these cards, that there's a lot of like, let's redo some of these other old designs that may have been undertuned or overtuned and turn them into something new that is better aligned with our design philosophy. So
mandatory taboos, let's have it.
Yeah, so Dare BK just posted for his visual spoiler on his website. So on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, there's going to be spoilers for this for a variety of content creators. One, which is Arkham Build, which is awesome for Arkham Build. So you guys can look forward to all of that. And then again, in PAX Unplugged, there's going to be more. They've said that in the stream, and they also said it, if you don't remember, at the bottom of this article down here on November 22nd. So this is just like the start of all of this, which is really crazy.
Yeah, that November 3rd one is ArkhamHorror.com, which is like their official site, right?
Yeah.
So I expect an investigator, honestly.
If it isn't, I'm gonna put my fingers in my. I'm actually not gonna do anything, but I'm just so I want to see Joe Diamond. I want to see this 0660 Joe Diamond.
Right. Let's go.
Yeah.
There's a lot to digest.
Yes, but it's all very exciting, and I mean, I think it's pretty much confirmed that Dr. Milan is gone, and I think that's probably for the better. I'd be very surprised if he was still here, but it's a exciting time to be an Arkham Horror player.
Oh, it looks like someone did they mentioned in the stream that it's all Seeker cards the next few weeks. It's
Nice.
Seeker weeks.
So they're going to kind of like base on that. That's kind of neat. Okay. Oh, imagine it's like, so what if like the first ones are Seeker and then it's going to be Survivor for the 2 investigators we have here?
Could be.
Could be. Could be! It's previous season spoilers and not from an official source. I mean, it's true, but everyone just calls them spoilers, so that's just like, you know.
We're spoiling you something that is happening before the box is officially released.
Yeah, we're spoiling.
Season sounds kind of...
Yeah, spoiler season, it just sounds a little bit more exciting and enticing. A little bit more forbidden, if you will.
It's not leak season, though. That would be something different.
Yes, yeah. All right. Well, thanks guys for joining me for this. This was fun to do together. This is pretty exciting here for all of this. Let me know in the comments what you think Joe Diamond's going to look like, because I think that's the thing that's most interesting to Theorycraft about at this point. So definitely let us know in the comments. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you are as excited as I am. This is a really cool time to be an Arkham Horror fan. So this actually, I've been playing Arkham Horror since its release. And this actually is a feeling I haven't had for, like, products since probably when the Investigator starter decks came out, where I was like, wow, this is actually, like, monumental for the game. So I hope if you weren't able to experience that feeling, I can kind of pass it on to you. But just know that this feels big, so you should get hyped, because I think I'm just really excited. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!